Sonic boom of the South. JSU rocks the house. D I love, I believe. Protect the block, blue is what I bleed.
Tiger fans, welcome to episode 277 of the official Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club podcast, bringing you all the latest news, updates, and buzz surrounding your mighty JSU Tigers. I am the Corey C. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast to be notified of all future episodes. Apple Podcasts and Spotify video users, rate and review the show, and everyone, go follow Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club on Facebook and Tiger Talk 1400 on Instagram and Twitter. It all helps the cause, which is the I love Jackson State University. And we are back with a special one. I've been waiting for this one ever since I heard this track out of nowhere on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I see a Tiger Talk tag, a mention. So what's this, man? A bunch of other players, football players were tagged. So let me see what this is. Man, when I hit play, I don't know how many times I hit play after that over and over and over, man. I'm like bobbing and I'm like, wow, man. So you had to bring him on. I'm sure you've heard it. If you listen to this show, I know you've heard it because we retweeted it so many times. It is I'm going to call it the official. We're going to make this the official Jackson State football team tribute song. And he is the creator. He's the writer. I don't know if he's the producer. We'll find out. None other than Mr. Tevin Stutter. Welcome to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club.
Yes, sir. It's a blessing to be here.
No doubt, man. How you been? How are you?
Doing good, doing good.
All right, so we had to bring you on to introduce yourself to the fans, let them know who you are, get to meet you, get to see you, get to hear from you, because they've heard your work. It speaks for itself. Now we have to bring on the man behind the work. We have a lot of questions about this song that just came out of nowhere, man. We're loving it. We're loving it. So we want to hear from you. So I guess just tell us a little bit about yourself, man. These people want to know, where'd you come from? Are you Jackson? Are you Jacksonian? Where do you live? What's going on with Mr. Tevin Stutter?
Yeah, so I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, and really just wanted to support. I had it written like before the season. So it was a couple of things that I just kind of like tweaked over, and I just figured during the bye week would be a good time to drop it. So it was just wanting to support history because I feel like I've never seen nothing of this magnitude, and it's just like everybody got their contributions to the culture to want to see it go forward. Like my ties with HBCU football, being from Indianapolis, we always had the Circle City Classic up here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like this was the first year they took away football from us. Okay. And it was really just bad leadership. And it's just like they just want us to kind of be silent and just, all right, it's just, I'm like, nah, man. We hosted the national championship.
Oh, yeah.
Big Ten championship. You telling me we can't get one HBCU football game a year? And I didn't talk to guys, former Coast players like Robert Mathis. Mm-hmm. He ended up getting picked on by the Colts. And all these other legendary guys, even with the Colts now, like having Darius Leonard, it's like we got like legendary players from HBCU. So it's kind of like, man, being that they was taking that away from us, I'm like, nah. The people from my city need to know, like, hey, we still rocking with it. We still, like, we love it. We want to get it back in any kind of fashion. It's just our leadership is just what.
Gotcha. So that's what people wanted to know when they heard the song. They wanted to know, who's behind the song, but they wanted to know if you were a Jacksonian. Did you go to Jackson State? So you're telling us you're from Indianapolis and you didn't even go to Jackson State, right?
Nope. Yep. From Indianapolis, didn't go to school there.
So what's the connection? I mean, what's the connection there in terms of you wanting to do a song about Jackson State without having any ties?
It was just from afar, you can just see this is like something historic, and it's just like, how do I not like? I've done theme songs for probably like 100 schools in like 33 states.
Okay.
Me and I did a one for South Carolina women's basketball.
Okay, gotcha.
And just about everything up in the Big Ten, volleyball, soccer, all different kind of things like that. But it was just kind of like this squad is just like it's just a different energy. It's a different wave, and it's just like, man, how could you not like support it? And then when you hear the rock the house that when they do that, I'm like, oh, bro, that's like some of the hardest. Like I listen to a lot of bands and because I'm just like a music person,
Okay.
and it's just like that one just get me into just rocking, and it's like my cousin from American Idol, Ruben Stutter,
That's
Alabama.
what we wanted to know. That's what
Yeah,
we wanted to know. The last name. I was going to ask you. So that's your cousin.
yeah.
Wow.
He was like, man, he says you gotta start dropping. Cause I did like an Alabama A&M like softball video a few years. He's like, man, you gotta start dropping more HBCU songs.
No
He's
doubt.
like, and like he's kind of like a mentor to me, and like kind of that big brother type figure. You know, black people, our cousins is our siblings.
Absolutely.
He's just like, man, you need to start for what you do with the kids. Cause I do a lot of stuff like that up here, like our local high school teams and our scene. So I was just like, I got a lot of HBCU songs I'm gonna drop, but that was like, it had to be the first one because everything just watching it, it's just like, bro, how could you not? And then it's like it's almost becoming like trendy and popular to hate on them. So I'm just saying that I'm just like, bro.
So
But
you're
other
seeing that from up there. You're seeing it from afar, right?
like from other
Tell me
black,
what you're seeing. What are you seeing? Because we
like,
see it, but I want someone who's not affiliated with Jackson State to express what they're seeing. Someone who's impartial.
it's like other black people just because it's not them or they school, they like hate it. I'm like, bro, like this is history that you're watching, and it's just like when it's gone, you're gonna be like, what? Everybody is benefiting and rising off of this, but it's trendy to like hate on something that's like it's like on one end, oh, we really want to grow, we really want to expand, we want to do, but then when it comes, oh, we don't want it in this fashion. Nah, this is what comes with it. Even with this past week, it's just like, come on, man. If you hated that, you would have hated Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali talked crazy before all his fights, and it's
Preach,
just
man.
it sold the
Preach.
fight. It sold the fight. It brought the exposure, so it's kind of like I don't know. It's popular for people to hate because it's not their school. If it was their school, you wouldn't hear a word out of them. And it's just like, man, if it's really about the black collective, it's just like, hey, I'm not saying you got to accept everything or like everything. But dang, like, come on. Like if it's really about uplifting us as a whole, as a collective, like we stronger together, and it's some silly emotional things that taking place.
No doubt. Well,
Like,
I wanted someone else to express that. We won't go down that rabbit hole, but we
yeah,
appreciate your observation because when it comes from us, we get met with resistance. But at the end of the day, it's all good. It's all love, man. But going back to the track, going back to you, man. Like, so how did you first get started in the music, and how long have you been in the game?
really around fourth grade, seeing my cousin win American Idol was like, dang, I can really do this. Like it was like I can. It just seemed like in reach. It seemed like, all right, this is real. This is not somebody on TV. This is somebody that's been in your living room. And it's kind of like this. You can do this. And my kind of lane, I just saw a lot of people always rapping, but they weren't getting paid. They weren't doing nothing with it. I was like, man, if I just rap about sport teams, I can get paid, I can travel, I can do all these cool things. So my senior year of high school, I did a song for WNBA, Indiana Fever. And then I ended up getting a scholarship to Indiana State to do a song for the school. And then it just kind of like took off and just doing school after school. Like I would book my classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and like Fridays and through Sunday, I'm on the road just doing like for college.
It's dope, man.
And it just, and then like I said, did one for South Carolina and Don Staley, performed it after a game at one of their games in 2020. They had me come in the locker room and perform it. And then COVID and the pandemic happened, so sports was a halt. So I on a music video for kind of like a real known bakery where we're at. And then it went viral, like 900,000 something views. You gotta, if you ever in Indianapolis, you gotta get you some Long's Bakery.
Okay.
It went super viral.
So what you're saying is you really do this. It's not a hobby because this is you. It's what you do. Because when I heard the song, a lot of people nowadays, man, with the computer and everything, you can go in and make a song, put it out. So I'm thinking, okay, here we go. But I'm always check it out and support. But instantly, man, I knew this was different. I was like, wait a minute, like this is a professional. This is not a dude messing around, man. It was the beat was banging. The lyric, I mean, we'll get into the lyrics, man. I just had to rewind it, man, over and over and over. Because every time I listen to it, I hear something that I hear the previous time. I hear another play. I'm like, wait a minute, he dropped that. He said that. So I'm like, okay, this is something different. So you just validated what I already knew. You really do this. So for those of us, or those of you who have not heard the song, seen the video, let's roll it out, right? And I can't do it any justice. So I'm going to let you introduce the track. So you have the floor.
So it's your boy Tevin, Sister Stutter, checking in once again. Got to do this song, JSU, Rock the House, the official tribute for the football team. Every player, every coach mentioned. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Music man. Sonic boom of the South. JSU rocks the house. I love, I believe. Protect the block, blue is what I bleed. Dog, what they doubt us for. Hit the vet, we step. Like the child ain't yours, knowledge of the game. We grew in the books. Jason the type to throw you in the hooks. Smacked by Deontay, sacked by Tamontre. Ops on the entree, hump with Andre. Clap by Jeriante, lap by Travante. Turned into a pack by Devontae. We know Tito Mama lit, cameraman scholarship. Lit to Kawan 6'2", hit you, can't see. Smart keys, ball carrier off his feet. On his knees, looking up like Michael. Please, yelling it for Elliott. So can't see, think they ready, they petty like Anthony. No matter how the game looks, snagged by Shane Hooks. View 2 going off, never saw forever dump. Know what's ahead of me, great like Gregory. Hitters in the back of me, never catch me lacking. G with Zachary, Alvin ain't no chipmunk, you can get them. Sorry mama, she just watched the kids slump. We call him Niles Gaddy. The way son and boys, they callin' Niles Daddy. Really all this game silly. 10 going for the win, move the chains Willie. I know you feel me. Game time, do or die. Camera killer 205. You know how we livin', bruh. Hobson make you give it up. Willis learning with Herman Smith, Christian C. North Coast 9-3. Khalil, real deal, we see Lee. Represent D, Gen C. Ain't nothing sweet G. Smacked by Dimitri. Run on Humphrey. You get slumsy, swagsy, great Chase Baxley. Set the tone, Tevin with Catrone Evans. Travis got the spotlight. He in Long's Bakery, only 12 I rock with. Ready, wake up, now I'm snapping Hartman Jacob. Roll with Cole, amazed me since Cave Creek. Loving Huggins, grind since. Pine Ridge, love the way they speak. Crew lit, 2-6, JJ Weeks Beasley. Why you make it look so easy? Grayson amazing, representing Denton. Michael T. Clinton, Lil Rock Swinton. Driven to win, kick it with Glenn. Built to run with Wooker, so we know we ball. Kobe Paul, Naptown to Jacktown. How you living, Stutter lead drip with Kendrick. He a Wiggins brother, we know Trayvon Wiggins love it. With Nugget, no scoring, no warmer. Mr. Landover can't get ran over. Use fuse, popping this since Fossil Ridge, advancing daily. When Lance is Whaley, squad need Aubrey. He ain't new to war, amazing since Whitehaven. Scoop and score, J-State, mixtape. Music hard like Rufus 6'8". If he drop back on Walker, better bring the chalk, bro. Malachi, winning since Venice. Replay DJ, believe in Stevens. Gosh, Josh Griffiths, Liffers, hustling with Justin. Every day we sharpen with JD Martin. Take it higher, plan the ground with Josiah and Muhammad. I know. Big by Delano, every day we steppin' with JP7. Charlie early, no hobby. Grind like Bobby. Father, forgive me. I'm sorry, Lord, the way I pen man is sin. Amari Ward, bro, ghost since Oak Grove. Wish he had no patent, that's a no-no. Can't deny me now, hometown hero Tyler Brown. We the ones not finished till Frankie Dunn took skill from Brookville. Now let Donovan Hunt. It's blocked by Devin Hayes, scope by Kevin Mays. Wanna be a legend like Desmond. Do what Tevin say. They love, K-Love, can't let the man chill. Beat the man wheel since Manville. What we grind, what we work for. Put in work mode with Kirk for. This Reynolds won't for you. Loyal with Doyle, Antonio. 314, like Jelani, forever rolling with Kevin Coleman. Do it for Rashad and the squad. Came in the game, ain't fell off. And like the media, we well off. DeSoto, where the legends from. Evan 7-1, ready for pain, whatever. Way we move the chains, we barely see Lane McGregor. At the bottom, how the mud feel, his last name the greatest. David, he a stud still, true-hearted Grayson. Squad you facing Jason, amazing, it was all a dream. We could sing, energy we lifted, sir. Ballin' with Christopher, Jackson Berry can't stop, bro. Ballin' out of Prosper, fans brought the water in. Harder with Charlton, no debating, hating. Lift Smith, value rep since Calumet. Which clock going faster? Hey, getting blocked by Jasper. Smiling with Allen, begin to ball at Mendenhall. Can't hold hands, we mo man, and we rollin' with Bolden. Ain't here to judge like Thurgood. Just know you can't catch Sherwood. 2-9, new shine. Players set the standard with Jalen and Tyson Alexander. Dereliah ain't no stopping Jeremiah Brown and Williams. See what we building. Rico, powered by the people. Listen to what the homies say. Help others like Tony Gray. Need the skill of Cedar Hill. Family lucky to have Cameron Buckley. Got good at Trotwood, became the man pro. Celebrating Dayton's. Dallas Daniels, Texas Speed. Skyline way, baby. Who they greatest? Quay Davis. Working for him, man, I love this. TD thrown by Norman Douglas. We ready? Man, you know how we came. My flow like Big Shiloh. Headache game. Ain't no replacing Harder Grayson. Alexander set the standard. Wanna be a star though. Kicking with Gerardo. Special team fans waiting. Alejandro. Translated work to be the man constant. Grind with Sam Johnson. Grind with Dalen to the day end. Where the stars be. Amari Matthews RV. Zimmer a winner. Summer hype. Twins win with Gunner White. Move chains. Coach Brett. Go for weeks. Coach Jeff. Coach Ridley. Liz C. And we fulfill the cycle C. With Coach Michael B. No matter what we go through. Poised with Coach Q. End zone piling. Coach Allen. Smiling. Shad pre-game speech. Dogs go eat. Coach Mo. Game day approach way. Same way. No, we play for Coach CJ. Arby's carried with Coach Gary. D.I. Love. Go Channing, Coach Brandon, go hype, pancake him, Coach Mike, got the juice, bruh, with Coach Brewster, we see TC, back in the swag, putting on for Jack, you know he gon' snap, win this with Dennis, learning from Thurman, Coach Adams pick 6, or with the hit stick, Tevin blast this, with the legend Kevin Mathis, got the juice, bruh, from Coach Brewster, Eric Clinton, Nolan, know how we rollin', is you gon' ride? Better hop in the shotty, tape by Phil Minotti or nobody. What y'all doing at Jackson State? Made my day. I pray you keep the heart like Coach Andre. Grind for prime, dreams come true. Now rock the house, JSU.
Man, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, bro. I don't even know where to start. So when I heard the song, so I can't believe you're not a Jacksonian. You didn't go to Jackson State, just with all the information in there. So I mean, it's like you know everything. Obviously, you had the roster. You could look them up online. But if you aren't from Jackson State, you must have done a lot of homework, right? I mean, what went into the research? Just small things like when you say TC back in the SWAC. So when you say something like that, I'm thinking, okay, this is a SWAC guy. So just talk about the research first of all that went into it.
Yeah, just kind of like really doing your homework. You feel like this is a amazing team in a historic time, and you don't just. I feel like when I hear theme songs, it'd be guys just saying some of your starters, and it's just like I just coach the head coach, and it's just like there's a lot of things that go into the program, so it's just kind of like your scout team guys. It's just important as your ones and your twos, especially it's being so historic. So yeah, I definitely. That's why I mentioned South Carolina, because probably that one South Carolina girls probably the only time I ever like went through every coach, every player. Because it's just I don't know. You want to really like, hey, he took his time with this. This
Yeah,
one,
I could tell.
yeah,
How
this
long did
one,
it take you to write it?
man. It's so crazy because there would be times where it would be like I had it a bulk of it for like a month, and then it was just like I had like a brain freeze for like
Yeah,
a whole
that can happen
kind
to a
of like
writer.
it was just like all right. I knew the bye week was coming up. I just took like 2 days. I'm like, all right, while I'm at work. Hope they don't see this, but while I'm at work, I'm like, man, let me just lock in on these last because there's so many names.
So many. Was that the longest one that you've done? Because that's a 7-minute track.
Yeah,
And we have a lot of dudes on the roster too. And you went, backup quarterback, third string quarterback. I mean, you went down the line.
Yeah, I went everybody. Yeah, that's
Freshman.
definitely the longest one I ever did. And it was just like, hey, come with it.
Yeah.
Just been and there's certain things like even from watching the season last year, there's just like certain things to just remember. Like
Tito. Because
yeah,
for you to go back and grab that. That's what
man.
made me, think like you had to be like affiliated with the pro or with the school or from the school, from the area. So it's impressive.
Kind of like watching that. It was just like, man, this is like, how do you not? I don't know. Just like as a sports fan, how do you not just fall in love with that and just like that's amazing? And it's just like it's so many things that I like went into that. Definitely watching that. Like I just had a newborn too, so
Congratulations.
me and him, I got him watching the game every week. I'm like, hey,
Okay.
know what's going on? He about
What's going on?
9 weeks old, but he just watching every YouTube video with me, every part of the game, and it's just like, it was just kind of really, just taking the time to do. That's why I don't do many football songs because if you're gonna do it right.
Yeah, and if you leave one person out, it's like, so you got to try to move on. So
and it's like don't have step, and I know what it's like being that kid on scout team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, I got to practice against these dudes every day to shut them formations. I feel like I'm just as much as part of that. So,
that was
like,
dope.
Them guys are mentioned and the coaches that go overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys that probably go overlooked, you never know unless you were like. So I'm just like, man, really hats off to everybody that's a part of it. Need every piece for it to operate smoothly.
Yeah, the players are definitely appreciative of it, man. They love it. It caught them off guard too, but I saw the reaction, man. They were just blown away, man, with the retweets and the fire emojis and the 100. So they definitely feel it, man. But from the beginning, when you first press play, you got us locked in because when that beat comes in, bro, I'm talking about you got us because obviously, I mean, you said when you heard "Rock the House" yourself, but how you flipped it and turned it into a hip hop beat. Did you produce the track?
So I had I got a guy that's real good with samples up here.
Okay.
Like real good. So of course Rock the House is on YouTube and that the band is doing that. But it was literally like when I was watching the series last year, or the series of last year's squad, it was a part when Tito was just like that. When he was like, it was just like he was saying it, and I was like, I just like the music in me. I'm like, bro, that's a song. Like, that's a song. Like, and to just flip that into that. But yeah, I had a guy, my guy, music man, Maurice Monroe. He does a lot of my samples. So I just knew I'm like, hey man, get this Rock the House off YouTube. And we probably in the studio for like 6 hours because he would come up with something. I'm like, nah, that's not it. That's not it. I need the I need the, and it just like as soon as you hear that, I'm like, and it's just kind of like you got to be creative artistically because that's not like a normal beat to rap on.
Mm-hmm.
It'll give you that, so it's kind of like you got to add that to it. So yeah, it was. Yeah, I had fun with that one.
Man, definitely, man. It's so dope, bro. I mean, like I said, the research that went into it, the work, I can imagine, just the studio time that it took to get it right. But at the end of the day, yeah, but it's a banger. It's a banger. So my question is, I mean, what's next? What are you trying to do with it? I know you've done other songs and performed them. So have you been to a Jackson State game? Would you like to come to a game? Is the goal to perform at halftime? Like, are you trying to perform it in Jacktown? Like, what's up? Talk to me. You're on Tiger Talk, so everybody's watching.
Yeah, that'll be crazy. That'll be crazy. I'm just a kind of a locker room guy. Like, because the way kind of music, I've done so many, like, with football, when music travels from, like, the top of the stands to, like, the field, you kind of have that delay. So I don't know. I love to just do something in the locker room after practice or game. Just something, I don't know, because I can, like, who it's for, they're going to feel it a lot more when you just, like, right amongst.
Okay.
It's something about the locker room. It's just kind of like something like that. It's like you lead in the soldiers to war. Like that's, yeah. I mean, I would love to maybe like if I flipped so we're working on the basketball and I want to do basketball, soccer, volleyball. The band, they send me some cats from the band. They send me their contact and they sent me like a list because I was gonna do everybody on the band. I was like, man, I just feel
that would be something.
He just sent me the drum major five, the 5. So I was like, I'll definitely put something for them together for sure. But yeah, maybe like I could see a basketball game performance. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely flip the basketball, men's and women's, soccer and volleyball, and that's what I kind of want to do for like just HBCUs across America, just to kind of like uplift them. Because it's like I done been to the Big Tens, the SECs, the Pac-12. I done did all of them. And then like conversations with Ruben, he like, man, he said, you're going to get your money with them. He said, but you're going to have your impact with the HBCUs. And
good advice.
It was just kind of like, man, he put that OG game on you. You got to, it's like having a son now. You just look at everything so much differently. It's just love for what you're doing with this podcast. All of these things, it really didn't exist when I was growing up.
Oh, that's true.
Like, so it's kind of like you adding, like I'm in Indiana, listening to what y'all got going on in Mississippi.
Right.
Just like it's the movement. It's just like, man, every kind of generation has their waves. Early 90s, they had different world. Early 2000s, you got Drumline. And now it's just like the sports scene right now at this very moment, I feel like it's just impactful as those two movements were. And it's just kind of like, how do you not give your gift to this? It's just kind of, and it's more so when you think about purpose. It's just your real purpose and your calling. Like, this is what, even my girl, she'll downplay me on a lot of records just to keep me humble, but she's heard that one. She was like, all right.
That's it. You can't deny it. Man, listen, it's undeniable. Like, I'm a tough guy to impress, man. We get stuff sent to us all the time. Check this out here. But this one, I knew right away when that beat dropped. And then when I heard the bars, man, when you hit me with that Michael, please, that was it, bro. That was it. You had me from there on out. And then you just kept coming. You got harder and harder as it went on. Like, man, this dude is something serious, man. But hey, we appreciate the love. We appreciate the attention, the exposure, the marketing. That's why we want to pay it forward. We want to return the favor and give you even more exposure for those who haven't seen it. We want this thing to blow up, man. Let everyone know how they can follow you, how they can, find your work and so on and so forth.
So at Tevin Stuttered on Twitter, Tevin Stuttered Show on Instagram, Facebook. They done hacked so many of my pages right now. And it was just like, man, I dropped this like last week or 2 weeks ago. And then now my page is all hacked.
Oh, man.
Stop the
Wow.
I got a new Facebook now. It's like TJ Senior, a new Facebook. But yeah, on LinkedIn, Tevin Stutter. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot more coming. Like, if I told you the amount of records that I'm sitting on right now, it's like And I'm gonna be dropping them for a lot of schools, but Alabama State ain't got to worry about getting one. It's just even the Reuben, the A&M in me. I know they the rivals, but yeah, uncles in the band. At Central State, I had cousins play football. Clark Atlanta. It's so many. Just my grandfather, a big like Central State alum. He took like 40 kids from the hood every year to games out there on the buses, and it was just like seeing that as a kid. I didn't fully recognize the magnitude of that, and it's just like now as an adult, I'm like, man, this man took money in his pocket,
starting to register,
owes these kids to something else. So it's just kind of like same thing. I want to do is like expose our kids to the amazing things that HBCUs offer. And
no doubt.
I know they all love music, so I know the more they see, hey, you doing stuff like that, let's go. I got some kids right now ready to go on some visits, different places. So
that's what's up.
It's just love for everything that's going on.
That's great, man. Hey, listen, we appreciate it. Keep it up. Like you said, you tapped into your gift, man. Keep on giving that gift to the world. Keep on displaying that talent. Keep on making a difference. And whenever you're in the Jack, whenever you're thinking about coming to the Jack, hit up Tiger Talk. We will connect. We want to get you in the locker room. We want to get you on the stage, whatever. We want to get you a tour of the city. We want to make you one of our own, give you a key to the city for the tribute song that you've given us for Jackson State football. So we appreciate it.
I'm with it. I definitely will. I'm going to hold you to it, though.
Oh, we got you. We got you. We got you. All right, man. We appreciate it. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Yes, sir.
All right. And that'll do it for episode 277 of Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. Thank you to all of our listeners. And again, be sure to subscribe to the podcast. Apple Podcasts and Spotify video users, rate and review the show. And everyone, go follow Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club on Facebook and Tiger Talk 1400 on Instagram and Twitter. We're looking to do some big things with this platform to aid the athletics department, and it all starts with you downloading, subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show. And tell every Tiger that you know. We're on all podcast outlets, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify Video, YouTube, and so on. And we'll be posting each episode on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. As always, thanks for your support. Go Tigers. Hashtag I believe. Hashtag the I love.
Snagged by Shane Hooks, view 2 going off. Never saw forever doubt. Know what's ahead of me. Great like Gregory, hitters in the back of me. Never catch me lacking G with Zachary. Alvin ain't no chipmunk, you can get them. Sorry, mama, she just watched the kids slum. We call him Nas Daddy. The way son and boys, they call him Nas Daddy.